There are those in this city, in this country, that would like to pit all of us against each other. There are forces in this country that would like us to each choose an identity and say that's our identity and that's where we live. There are those who would want us to say where we feel safest in the world is where we should live and we should stay there. But that is not what God demands of us. Wow. We are not simplistic people who have one identity that can protect us from the complications of all of our identities. We are complex people standing around this room and who inhabit this city and this world. And God believes in the power of the complexity of who we are to come together and refuse to be put in little boxes that are pitted one against the other. Sometimes we're told to pit them against each other inside of ourselves. If we're people of color and we're gay, we have to find a way to live with one and not the other. Or if we're Jewish and gay, we can't possibly be both. Or if we're women and poor, all these identities. What this is about is fundamentally saying one thing. We are all connected to each other. We are all multiple identities at once, and no one has the right to demand of us to stand separate and apart. We must stand together and with ourselves individually and those of us with whom we create and populate this cranky planet of ours. This is our fight. This is every one of our fights. I know there are those white New Yorkers who are people of wealth who say, marriage equality, it's over, gay rights, we're done. This is what those of us who have been fighting for gay rights must fight against at every point. There is no such thing as one right that gives us gay rights. We are not done because marriage equality in New York State has become a wonderful victory that it is. It must inspire us that we can win other victories. It must bring us together with the belief that we know how to organize, that we know how to use our human resources, that we know how to use our financial resources, and make sure that equality exists for every single New Yorker and human being on this planet, not even stopping here. We are all created in God's image. And I don't believe in a God who cares whether or not we believe in God. I believe that we fight in this world as if there is no God, and then pray as if there is a God. Wow. So here on this earth, it's all up to us. And the us is us standing around this room, this day, this hour. And we must insist on this fact. We will not be divided. Internally, we will not be divided, and externally, we will not be divided. We will find ways of seeing within all of us the power to bring about real change to our society. And when we need a little strength, we're going to look across the room and see somebody who might be feeling a little stronger today, who might have had a victory today, and remind us that victory is possible. And when we're feeling a little strong, like we've had a good victory, we're going to reach across the room and say, you know what? You're a little down, you had a bad day. That was a loss. But you know, we're in this together. Let's do this together. And the great Jewish philosopher Michael Walzer said, never forget, we're all in the desert. We've all left slavery, maybe. We haven't yet reached the promised land. We're still struggling to get from slavery to the promised land. And the forces that be want us to believe we can't get there together. That maybe one of us can get there if we leave the others behind. But that is not true. We will only get to the promised land if we do it together. If we reach across the room, if we hold hands, and we take one step at a time through the desert, we will get there. Thank you very much.